Hello. Hey, Eric Stephenson here. And yeah, I am finally holding one of these guitars that have been prominently displayed in my background. This is episode 10 of the Freelance Marketing Ninja Show. Again, I'm your host, Eric Stephenson. And I decided, you know what? It's a show. It's supposed to be semi-entertaining, semi-educational as well. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to play a song, and just so that we don't tempt Facebook too much to cancel this out in the replay, I'm going to play a song that I actually wrote. So I know it's a big risk to share in this kind of way. I'm actually kind of nervous. I haven't done this in a while, so forgive me if I'm nervous. But this is a song called Fred's Isolation. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me, because this will be awful if it doesn't come through. I used to see Fred's posts in my Facebook feed. Our inside jokes were once infinite. The years ago were spoiled by accusations. Still gets his soundbite fix, sparring over politics. Feels satisfied with each new bar, but wonders why he's trapped in isolation. If we could land a man on the moon and ask Force to name that tune, why can't we make ourselves immune to hate agenda? Someday mankind can solve poverty, defeat inequality. Will fail if animosity is still raging. I have this dream. People from all different creeds march to declare they've turned the page, singing a prayer to peace and understanding. If we could land a man on the moon, help the victims of typhoons, why can't we make ourselves immune to hate's agenda? Someday mankind will solve poverty, defeat inequality. Will fail if animosity is still raging. If you're worn down by the outrage, I hope you will not disengage. 'Cause freedom spirit is revoked when people won't show up to vote. If we could land a man on the moon and send a probe to see Neptune, why can't we make ourselves immune to hate's agenda? Someday mankind will solve poverty, defeat inequality. Will fail if animosity is still raging. Will fail if animosity is still raging. raging. We'll fail and found the varsity is still raging. It's called Fred's Isolation. Yeah, if you guys, I saw some people tune into the live. If you heard that, just let me know how the sound is, because this is kind of a weird microphone setup. This isn't like my full audio setup. It's too complicated for me to set up that. But just let me know how that sounded out there. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go listen to the replay myself. Yeah, one of the reasons I shared that, again, just because this is a show, it's supposed to be entertaining and educational, so I can play my music. But before I became a freelance marketer or a digital marketer or affiliate marketer or whatever it is I am, I had the seed planted in me to create an impact in the world. And one of the reasons I identified with affiliate marketing is I actually saw an opportunity to impact the world, a way to do it. That got me excited about it. So it also gives me an opportunity to play my music for people. And that's just, to me, that's awesome. So hopefully you enjoyed my song. Well, we might as well get on with the actual content of what I wanted to share today. Because if you're trying to do digital marketing, if you're trying to build an email list in particular, one of the challenges you might run into is the ability for your emails to land actually in the inbox and not in spam folders. So I've just put together a few tips. This is something I do really well. My open rates range between 30% up to 50% or more in some emails. And regularly, that tells me that they're staying out of the spam folder, that people are opening the emails I'm sending to them. So I think I have some value here that I can share with you. All right. So I can't see the chat right now. If you do have any comments, still drop them in there. I'll come respond to them later. But this next portion is how you get your emails into the inbox and stay out of the spam folder or promotions tab. The goal here is to improve your open rates. I've seen 30% to 50% or more on some of my emails. And that's important if you're trying to follow up with people who've raised their hand and said, I'm interested in what you have to offer. If your emails land in the spam folder and they're not even seeing them, obviously your ability to sell to them or to even just get them to click on your emails is affected if they can't even open the emails you're sending. First tip. Email only people who have opted in. Only send emails to people who've raised their hand and said, I'm interested in what you have to offer. If you are trying to do a cold email strategy, all these tips I'm sharing probably won't work. There's probably something else that you need to do. There's probably more stuff you need to do to keep that type of email list healthy. But this is for people who've actually opted in and said, yeah, I'm interested in what you have to offer, right? Second tip, use a domain name that you own. Email from a domain name that you own. My domain name is freelancemarketingninja.com. And if you try to email from a Gmail address or a Yahoo address, guess what? Chances are those emails go straight to the spam folder, especially if it looks like a promotional email and coming from a software designed to email lots of people. The email service providers like Gmail know what that is, and they send it right to spam. So this is probably the main reason that you should go out and buy your own domain name. It's pretty inexpensive, like $12 a year to get a domain name. So totally worth it, right? Also, brand new domains don't have as high a reputation as domains that have been around for a while. So if you have bought a domain before and it's just sitting on a shelf somewhere, chances are that domain is going to do better than a domain name that you just go out and bought yesterday and have just set up. So yeah, that's a reason for you to buy multiple domains and let them sit on the shelf for a while, just so that if you do need to switch to something else, maybe you have a domain where the reputation gets slaughtered for some reason, you can switch the domain name and the email address that you're mailing from. Tip number 3, get all the tech stuff right. There is some technical stuff you've got to do to properly show your email service provider that you own the domain name that you have. And then it also shows the rest of the internet that you're the actual owner of it. And you can protect yourself also from people spoofing your domain. So there should be instructions to authenticate your domain. Depending on which service provider you use and what hosting provider you use, those instructions might be different. So that's outside of the scope of what I can show you in a live Facebook video like this. But do figure out how to authenticate your domain and prove to your email service provider that you're the owner of that domain. You probably have to get inside what's called the DNS records and actually add some stuff to there, or add what's called a TXT record. And your domain provider, either them or your email service provider, should be able to give you instructions on how to do that. You also should set up something called the SPF record, or the Sender Policy Framework record. Again, your email service provider probably has instructions somewhere for you to do that. And if you don't know where to find that, just contact their help desk. That could be a way to do that. You should also set up what's called a DMARC policy. That actually makes it a lot more difficult for bad actors or other people to spoof your domain name and try to get advantage of the goodwill that you've built up on your own email addresses and domains. So you need to set all of that up inside of the DNS records. And like I say, contact your email service provider or your domain provider for more information. Another thing that you can do is check your domain reputation. There's a site called postmaster.google.com. Again, you will need to do some technical stuff, maybe set up a domain record or a DNS record to verify your domain with Google. But if you go there, they have this nifty little dashboard that shows you exactly, what your domain reputation looks like. Mine got up to high, like the best possible, for several days, this month. Usually hangs around medium and high. It usually kind of goes back and forth for me. But if your domain reputation with Google is bad or low, they're more likely to throw your emails you send to for Google, for people who use Gmail, they're more likely to just throw those emails in a promotions tab or a spam folder. So check this to really kind of know where you stand, right? Just postmaster.google.com is all. You just go there and you can set that up. Next tip: segment your list. So there should be a way that you can, with whoever your autoresponder software is through, your email service provider is, for you to narrow or to create segments that are more narrow than just your entire list. You shouldn't just email everybody all the time that's opted in. If you do that, you're going to get a larger and larger group of people who've never opened an email from you, which means they're less likely to open emails from you in the future. So what I do and what I've learned to do is to set up what we call autoresponders. These are automatic emails that go out to people who've just opted into your list or who've just signed up. Send those for a few days, and then have your software add them to segments depending on whether or not they open your emails. So what I do is the bulk of my email list gets one-time emails that are designed to go out at a specific day and time, to go out to the segment of my list that is open within a certain amount of time. And I vary those segments so that I keep the average open rates at least above 25% for all of my emails. And that actually keeps my reputation higher and ensures that more of the emails are going through. Also, the subject lines that you're using in your emails are hugely important. Um, Catchy may not be the right word, but hooky, something that is going to entice somebody to be curious. You want your subject lines to create curiosity, so that people look at that and say, I wonder what is in that email. I think I want to read more. Right? Questions, asking questions in your subject lines are a great way to do that. There's also a tool called the Headline Analyzer. You just Google American Marketing. Here, I'll even pull it up and show you what it looks like. The American Marketing Institute, Advanced Marketing Institute, excuse me, Headline Analyzer. You put headlines, your subject lines in here. And you submit it for an analysis, and it rates the effectiveness of your headline based off of empathetic, spiritual, and intellectual criteria, and it gives you a score of that particular headline based off of the emotional value of the words that you're using. The more emotional the value, the more chances that you've triggered somebody's emotions and or triggered their curiosity. So use that. And then also, in the emails that you send out, there are a list of words that are known as spam trigger words that you could, the people use all the time in emails, maybe even in normal conversation. Well, the more those words show up in your email, the greater chance that the email service providers will flag that email as a spam email and send it to the spam folder. So you can just go to Google and you can just Google this spam trigger words, and you'll find all kinds of different lists of words that are more likely to trigger the spam filters within the different email service providers. And in the long run, people are more likely to open your emails if they know who you are, if they've built a relationship with you, if they recognize your name. I mean, think about it. Are you more likely to open an email from your grandma, regardless of what the subject line is or the content of that email? Probably, right? So just focus on building a relationship. Don't just slam offers all the time. That's a great way to get your list fatigued, or the subscribers on your list fatigued, because you're just trying to sell them all the time. Keep your content relevant too to the reason that they logged in. Don't best practice is not to send a weight loss offer to people who have opted into your list because they want to learn how to make more money. There might be some people who are interested in that, but it's you're going to have less engagement and probably more people who just decide to opt out or unsubscribe from your list because you're sending stuff that's not relevant to them. That's those are all the tips. I hope you learned something, got some value out of that. Now, if you do want some more help with this, you want some more help in actually building an email list. Maybe you're trying to promote affiliate offers and you're struggling with keeping your open rates up. The place I learned how to do this is Full Stack Marketer. Right? They and I did really everything they've told me to do, and I've had success with having my emails opened by people. So if this is the step you're struggling at, you're not getting good information, there is a link down below in the description. I'm going to drop it in the comments as well. If you click on that link, you can opt into a list that will take you down the path to get started with Full Stack Marketer, and all the information about that is after you click that link. So if that's what you're interested in, find it either in the comments or in the description or somewhere around here. Find that link for Freelance Marketing Secrets. You have to give your email address. That's part of the trick here, is that if you want to learn how to email better, you got to give me your email address. Shocker. My name is Eric Stephenson. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll catch you later. See ya.